Hey guys, and welcome back. So it's been a while since I last posted, so I'm really excited for this new project that I have here for you today. I've been trying to learn more about woodworking and learning how to use power tools, so that's why I'm super excited about building this beautiful sculpted bench. So I got the inspiration from Anthropologie. They have this gorgeous bench here, but it's $898. I mean, it's really nice, but you could do a lot with $898. So I'm going to show you how I made my bench for just $18. Even if you had to go ahead and buy all the tools that I'm using, it would still cost you a lot less, and you'd have tools for future projects. So win-win. Okay, let's get started. So I went to the hardware store and picked up this gorgeous piece of pine. So this is 2 inches by 12 inches wide and 8 feet long. And I just got David to cut this for me to a little over 3 feet long. So now the bench I'm using for inspiration has these beautiful, like rounded, smooth edges. So I'm going to draw the shape that I want the bench to be, and then I'm going to cut it out with a jigsaw. Now I'm going to clamp the wood to the table so that it's nice and secure, and I'm doing it outdoors because it's going to cause a lot of dust. So I'm going to clamp the wood to the table, and then I'm going to use this jigsaw to cut out my shape. Okay, it's my first time using a jigsaw. Wow, look at how beautiful this cut is. Oh, this is fun. I had so much fun using this jigsaw. So that was a pretty rough cut just to get the shape, and now I'm going to take some 60 grit sandpaper and I'm going to sand that so it's nice and smooth. I made sure not to keep the sander in one place for too long, so I made sure to keep moving it around so I'd get that really nice rounded sculpted edge. Go ahead and use the leftover pieces from the pine that I used for the bench top as the legs. I like the fact that the legs had this like nice rounded sculpted look as well. So I'm going to do the same with the legs for my bench. So I just got David to cut the legs to about 8 inches wide and 15 inches tall, and then I grabbed my pencil again and traced out the rounded shape that I wanted and did the same thing with the jigsaw where I cut out the shape. So I left about 4.5 inches in the center base of each leg because I wanted it to be nice and steady, so I wanted to have a nice flat surface there. In hindsight, I probably would have left 6 inches, so if you're trying this at home, just give yourself a little bit more for the base. Didn't sand the base of the legs or the top of the legs because I wanted that to have a nice flat surface so that the bench would be nice and steady. So I'm done sanding the pieces. So I've just done a few things off camera. So I sanded down all the pieces one more time with a higher grit sandpaper. So I did 180 grit just so it's nice and smooth. And the legs, I originally had them at 15.5 inches. But after I tried it out, I actually liked it better when the legs were a little bit lower. So I cut them down, or I got David to cut them down to about 14 inches. So now it's just like a little bit cuter. Basically, I'm just testing this out. So I just kind of want to see at what width I want the legs to be. So I think this is really cute. It's about 7.5 inches from the edge on each side. So I know what measurements I want the legs to be at. So I'm going to mark that, and then I'm going to screw everything together using a pocket hole jig. And the last part after that is going to be to varnish everything with a clear satin varnish. Okay, so I clamped on the pocket hole jigs to the legs, and I drilled 2 holes at the end of each leg. And I measured them at 1/3 of the way from the edge of each leg. I love using pocket hole jigs because you can't see the screws, and it just makes anything that you're working on look a lot more seamless and beautiful. And I don't know about you, but when I DIY a project, I don't want it to look DIY, so this pocket hole jig really helps me achieve that. I'll link the one that I have down in the description below. I made sure that the legs were centered from the top and the bottom of the bench, so I marked that as well. So it's super important that you make sure that the pieces are exactly 90 degrees from each other, because if not, you're going to be done drilling and then the legs of the bench are just not going to stand up straight. So I got David in to help me for this part, and we used this cute little speed square to make sure that the legs were being held in place at exactly 90 degrees. I'll leave a link for that one down below as well. Okay, time to drill. So I'm going to use 8 2.5-inch screws, which are made specifically for pocket hole jigs, to screw this bench together. It feels like such an accomplishment. I don't know what it is about building stuff, it just feels good. Okay, so here's my bench all built. It looks amazing. I'm so excited for this. But the last thing I'm gonna do before I put it in place is I'm just gonna give it a coat of clear varnish. So I've got this satin finish clear varnish. So a water-based varnish is going to help me stay as close to the true natural color as possible. And I'm using satin because I don't want anything high gloss. I want it to be like closer to the matte side. Okay, let's see, how do I do this? Sand, blah, 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 blah. Do not use. There you have it, we have our bench. Time to bring it into the room and decorate. video, and if you did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and leave me a comment down below and let me know if you have any other woodworking projects that you want me to try out. I post lots of fun videos on building and creating beautiful home decor, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never have to miss another one of my videos. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.